They called it a day of joy, a day of triumph. But behind every celebration, there is a shadow. And for Arik, the new leader of Caldoria, that shadow whispered doubts he could not silence. The village was alive with color and light, banners swaying in the warm evening air. Children ran between tables, overflowing with roasted meat and honeyed bread. The elders raised their cups, toasting the dawn of a new era. It should have been a perfect night, but Arik heard it. The hushed voices, the fragments of sentences spoken in corners just beyond the torchlight.
A boy on a throne, not a true king.
His stomach twisted. He had worked tirelessly for this moment, had dedicated himself to it. His father's rule had been a reign of fear. Arik had sworn to be different, to lead with honor, with fairness. But what if they did not believe in him? What if they saw him as nothing more than a child dressed in a king's robe? He had spent months proving himself, riding alongside the farmers in the fields, listening to the elders, passing fair judgments. And yet doubt clung to him like a second skin. What does it mean to be accepted, to be truly celebrated? Arik moved through the crowd, smiling, nodding, raising his cup when expected. But his hands trembled. Every cheer felt hollow. Every kind word a blade turned inward. He thought of his mother, who had once warned him,
"A house built on sand will not stand, no matter how golden its walls."
He had ignored her. He had thought that if he removed the cruel king, the people would embrace him. But fear and love do not turn with the wind. They take root, they grow. And tonight Arik saw the truth. Their joy was not for him. It was for the end of something worse. His heart pounded as he passed a group of merchants. Their laughter was too loud, their eyes too sharp.
"Do they mock me?"
He shook the thought away, ashamed. But the whispers would not leave his mind. And so, beneath the glow of lanterns, Arik made a choice. He climbed the wooden platform where his father once stood, where orders were given, punishments dealt. The music faltered as voices quieted, one by one. The weight of hundreds of eyes fell upon him. He took a breath.
"You feast tonight in my name."
His voice steady, despite the storm inside him.
"But I ask you this. If I had not taken the throne, if another stood here in my place, would you still celebrate?"
A murmur rippled through the crowd.
"If your joy is only in the absence of a tyrant, then this peace is a lie, and a lie will not hold. Tell me what you fear. Tell me what you doubt. I will not rule over silence. I will not build upon sand."
Silence. Then a voice. An elder, face lined with years of suffering.
We fear another false king. We fear the past repeating itself. We fear hope.
The words struck deep, but Arik did not flinch.
"Then let us build something real. Not through fear, but through truth. I will not demand your loyalty. I will earn it. And if I fail you, let this be my last feast among you."
The air grew thick, heavy with something unspoken. Then a woman stepped forward, a farmer's wife.
"Then tell us, my lord, do you fear us?"
The question caught him off guard.
"No!"
But the words felt fragile. He let the silence stretch before speaking again.
"I fear losing you. I fear failing you. But if I do not face that fear, then I do not deserve to stand before you."
And so the night changed. The celebration did not end, but it transformed. The voices that once whispered in secret now spoke in the open. Doubt did not disappear, but it was acknowledged. And from that, something stronger began to grow. A young blacksmith approached Arik.
"If you mean to earn our trust, then here are grievances. Not just tonight, always."
Arik met his gaze and nodded.
"Always."
The Four of Wands is a card of celebration, of milestones, of stability. But true stability is not built in silence. It is not built on the absence of conflict, but on the courage to face it. So I ask you, what false peace do you cling to? What truth do you fear to face? And what would happen if you did? If this story spoke to you, share it. Leave a comment. What truth have you faced that changed everything? And if you are ready to step into your own power, subscribe. There are more stories to tell, and the next one might just be yours.